The next 45 minutes to 1 hour, we will use this to make sure that whatever questions that you have on the CAT 2022, we will take it up from here. One of the issues that are there, just a second, guys. I'll also go through the questions that are coming up on the YouTube channel that we have, so that, you know, CAT 2022 is 8.5, 250 odd days, 260 odd days away from us. Okay. Now, unless you have a very, with about 8.5 days, one question that I want to answer even before any kind of other questions come in is, are the 250 days available, 260 days available, enough to crack the CAT exam? And the answer is, are the 250 days available, 260 days available? Oh, 1 second, guys. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry about it, that there was some kind of a slight change in the mode. Therefore, I was not able to see the questions, because of which I had to kind of make sure that I get into the YouTube too. So let me ask very simple questions. Like Saha is asking, sir, if the whole interview goes on decently well and then towards the end some wrong answers are given and are not able to answer few and accepting it without bluffing, does it change? No, it doesn't change, Eden. Don't worry about that. So please realize one thing, that no one question is going to make a complete difference to your entire interview. However, if it is a very essential question, very critical question, that can make a little bit of a difference. Okay. Now, very good evening to Nikhil Debolina. Nikhil is asking a very interesting question. Not really a very interesting question. It's a very obvious question that a lot of people ask. That is having a gap year going to be a problem? The answer to that question, my friend, is that no, it is not going to be. For a simple reason that a lot of people finish their degree and then prepare for the next 3-4 months to write the CAT exam. Hence, I think most institutes, most professors understand the problem, and I think they will ensure that this gap year, they will ask you in the interview for sure, but it will not directly or indirectly affect you unless other parts of your candidature are not good enough. Okay, so that's the way I look at it. More questions coming up our way. We will see how and when we can answer them as the moment you have any questions coming up on stage. Okay. Sumedha is asking, for example, sir, I have always been little weak in math. Any suggestions? Now, look at this, Sumedha. I have a very simple answer for that. You have been probably weak in maths because you have not practiced well. You have not practiced enough. Here is what I would say. 250 days are there. I'll again come back to this again and again. Not more than 20 topics exist in the whole of quantitative aptitude for CAT. Only 20 topics. Arithmetic has 6 to 7 topics. Algebra has 6 to 7 topics. And the rest of them are numbers, geometry, and a little bit of modern maths. Correct? So, Sumedha, think about it. I have 250 days. Let's say I pick only the next 120 days to start with. We're talking about 20 topics, 120 days. Can you spend 6 days per topic technically? Ideally, you can. So that in the first 120 days, you are in a position where you can probably understand the concepts at least. You may still not be good. You may still not get marks, but you'll be good enough. The next 80 days, for example, is for your revision there. And if you can do that, I think you are good to go as far as this particular exam is concerned. So don't worry that you're weak in math. Plan it out. And again, As you go closer to the exam, there will always be certain topics which you will, despite all the effort, you will not get marks. That's okay. You can leave them. Remember, to get out of the 66 marks, there were 22 questions in the CAT 2021. Out of 66 marks, I think getting about 25 would have given you a 90 plus percentile comfortably. And that's what is important. Okay. Now, Arun Kumar. Okay, Vaishnavi Shukla is asking, good evening, sir. I got IBS Mumbai and Gurgaon. Which college should I go, as I am not planning to take a drop? Between the two of them, both of them are very equally good, Vaishnavi Shukla. I think you can take either of the ones. Just check for the fees, check for your amount of money that you need to spend, but you will get exactly same things in both the places. Arun Kumar is asking how to build a profile. If you're talking about Indian business schools, Arun, you have to be good in 10th, you have to be good in 12th, marks wise. You have to be good in your degree marks. If you have work experience, it will only enhance your work experience profile. But if you're looking at, in MBA abroad, that is where I think you need to kind of start looking at some kind of internships, certifications, and probably work in NGO, do some real work as such. That is where you can really improve yourself. Fair enough, Arun? Tarakeshwari R is asking, sir, I am in the first year of graduation, so my question is, when should I prepare for CAD exam? So if you're in graduation, I'm expecting that you are going to be in the BCom. If it's graduation and not in engineering you're talking about, I think you should start preparing the moment you finish your first year exams. As simple as that. Vaishnavi, I have answered that question. Satyam Pandey, sir, can you ask team to make group for test series students? Satyam, we have not even started, right? Once we do that, we'll definitely make it. Answered. Nikhil, I have answered that question. Ritika, okay. Ranjit, do they not call candidates with backlogs? No, there's nothing about that, Ranjit. They will call you with backlogs because they will not know that you have backlogs till you go into the interview. Tarakeshwari, is self-study advisable? See, I will really not advise that for a simple reason. You need consistency. You need some kind of friends to work towards with. Of course, if you have a couple of people working along with you, I think that's great. But one thing is very clear. Self-study requires a lot of self-motivation. While I'm agreeing, I'm pretty sure that one can do it, it is not the best or the most advisable thing. Second, you will continuously be in touch with a mentor who will understand what kind of a background you come from, and will be able to give you a continuous tips on a regular basis, which will help you in your preparation as such. That's the reason I'm saying, please do definitely join. I'm not even saying you should join a career launcher alone, but it will help you. Ritika Saxena, sir, I appeared for CAT 21, didn't make it to an IIM, but I got PhD calls from Tier 1 and Tier 2 IIMs, filled the admission form, but still no response from this side. It will come, yeah. But please understand that PhD is a 5 to 6 year program. It is not a backdoor entry to an IIM. So please don't look at it as if it's like, okay, I have to get in an IIM, therefore let me get into a PhD program kind of things. If you are not keen on research, if you're not keen on basically research, don't even bother going there, is what I would say. Preetham, sir, I am working and unable to manage my work and prep. Is it wise to quit the job? Frankly, no, it is not wise to quit the job, because trust me, a lot of people can and do work while preparing for CAT and still crack the CAT exam. Having said that, if your work takes you something like 16 hours, 14 hours, 12 hours on a regular basis for 5 to 6 days a week, then you can consider quitting somewhere around June, July, or July end or so that by July 31st, when the CAT application form takes the work experience till the July 31st or the 31st of July. So that will be kind of taken care of. How to build a profile? Nikhil, I've answered that to Vaishnavi. Should I expect a call? Ritika, depends on what and why you have written an SOP. When you are saying expecting a call, if your SOP does not reflect anything to do with research, then they will probably not call you despite application for that. Okay, Vaibhav Sapra is asking a simple question. Can you guide me between a NM Mumbai, IMT Ghaziabad and a MICA if inclination is towards marketing? MICA. So obviously, MICA, NMIMS will have a better placements. MICA will have a better learning. You please look at which one is what you want. Sumeda Agarwal. Sir, I am BSc botany background. Won't that be a problem in the future? No, it will not be at all. It will not be at all. MBA washes away a lot of your sins. So don't worry about that at all. Debolina, I wrote but did not do well. I graduated in 2020, planning to write exam. Should I start looking for a job? Yes, my dear friend. Debolina, please do look for a job. Don't go again into a CAT 2022 without a job. Pavan Nayak. Sir, does every business school provide education loan to study in their institute? Depends on what you are talking about. Every business school, the top 50, 60 of them, they facilitate education loan. They don't provide education loan, Pavan. No institute provides education loan. Most institutes have a tie-up with a bank, and the banks provide the loan for that. And most of the top ones do have a good connection with the banks. Devansh, sir, being a college student having time constraint, should I join classroom program or online? That absolutely depends on your comfort level with the online or a classroom program. A classroom program, you're going physically, meeting people, meeting the faculty member, and probably getting your issues solved. But there is a negative part of it in that sense that you will have to go there. There is a significant amount of, I don't know whether it's significant or not, but there is a time loss, which is there in your travel. There are positives, obviously, because you are in touch with them. Online saves a lot of time because you don't have to travel. However, it is not exactly the same as an offline. So depending on the person that you are, depending on the kind of a self-initiative that you have, you choose whether it's classroom or a online is what I would say, Devansh. This is not my call. Tanmay, the first mock that Career Launcher is coming out with is on 26th and 27th of March. After this, I am saying start writing in June. Om Prakash, I have about 5 years of experience. While appearing CAT next year, I would be having 6. Should I go for it? Ideally, Om, I would suggest that you go for a GMAT and look for a PGPX program, 1 year executive MBA programs. Thank you, Yash Rath. It's really, really nice. Dhiren, please suggest some good books for preparation. Dhiren, the best books that I can think of is Career Launcher's own GP Search Funda books. That is what I would really, really I can't recommend anything else. I am the president of Career Launcher, if you notice. Vaibhav, I answered that question, my friend. Sir, how we get motivated entirely for the CAT exam? Paisa aayega yaar. After you get into an MBA, the average salaries in the IIMs are more than 25 lakhs this year. That should itself be good enough motivation for you to kind of say that, boss, let me crack this exam. So, Muhammad Irfan Ansari, I've answered this to Sumeda also, and I'm answering this about being weak in quant. There's only one reason, Ansari, why somebody is weak in quant, and that is because you have not put in any effort seriously to do any practice. Boss, subhe reke every din 1 ghanta prepare kar lo, Mr. Muhammad Irfan Ansari. 1 ghanta 5 क्वेश्चन करो, 10 क्वेश्चन करो, 15 क्वेश्चन करो, 2 क्वेश्चन करो, बट हर दिन करते जाओ. 250 दिन है, you will crack it. And there are not more than 20 topics you need to look at it. Nothing is mandatory, Tarakeshwari. That's not mandatory, but it is useful to have it. If you have it, if you don't have it, you need to have a slightly higher scores in your CAT exam. Rajan, appeared, didn't go well. How and where to start CAT 2022? Repeaters program if you are decent well, or a full-time program, or start with the test series on the 27th, 26th, 27th of March with the All India mock CAT that we are coming out with from Career Launcher. Thanks, Preetham. Sir, the first All India mock has time slot, or we can give any time is what it is. This time, it starts at 12 o'clock and you can give it any time in the first 2 days. Karthikeyan Kalaivanan. Sir, I am starting to prepare for CAT this month. When can I start mock test? The first mock test is this month end, 26th and 27th. Please do write that. Yashi Goyal, no, CAT does not require any work experience. Once again, it's a myth that it requires work experience. It is not required. But having said that, if you have work experience, it's always going to be nice. That's all I'm saying. Lindsay Shanta Rubia. How relevant is doing technical internships and publishing research papers in the same for a mechanical undergraduate in the MBA context? It is not very salient, but if you have done that, Miss Lindsay Rubia, it will help you. It will help you in the interview. However, if you're applying for an MBA abroad, if you're applying for MBA abroad, this will be very relevant for you. Monica Gunthreddy. Good evening, sir. I would like to know how many marks need to score in CAT exams to get into IITs. Once again, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kanpur, IIT Roorkee. So it's not one. It's six or seven IITs are there. It's about between 90 percentile to 98, 99 percentile is required. So marks wise, it will be something like 60 marks, 61 marks out of 198 to about 100 marks is what you will require out of 198, that is. Debolina, that is up to you whether if you think that, and this is something lots of people come back, sir, I have all the material, do I go for a coaching class? Boss, agar material hi lena hota or material itself was enough, trust me, all of us will get through IIMs. I'm not saying, Debolina, you can't get in. All I'm trying to say is material will not make you anything. All of us buy so much of material, keep it on the next, sleep on the material, keep it on our tables, all of our lives. Nothing really matters. Books are of no use unless you do something about it. What a classroom program does to you, is give you the direction, the consistency, and probably if you have a little bit of a commitment from your side, it will start giving you the value also. Mr. Vineet, oh wow. Sir, I'm in a final year BBA. Can I go for job or preparing CAT? Of course, you can do either of them. But if you are thinking of BBA, you will have to write CAT sometime sooner or later. Prepare when you are in the final year, because that is when you can easily spend the time in your preparation. Then we have Chitranshi. How to get motivated entirely for the CAT journey? Chitranshi, it's a very good question. Very good question. You know what? Frankly, Chitranshi, the motivation can be two things. The first motivation is money. At the end of the MBA journey, especially if you go to the IIMs, Excel, FMS, SPJ, MDI, NITI, IIT kind of things, the minimum salaries will be something like 20 lakhs plus per annum. The second motivation, Chitranshi, is that if you get a 2-year MBA from one of these top schools, you can decide what your life will be for the next 40 years of your life, almost. Now, it is like taking a pill, a kadwa pill, to make sure that you are going to be hale and hearty when you come out of the fever, so to say. CAT could be that kadwa pill if you want. Get out of that is what I would say. Yash Raut, sir, I am in 3-year BBA, third year BBA. Should I look for a job? Won't it take my time, my preparation time, sir? No, it won't talk. The rest of the entire world does it, my friends. The entire world does it. Why are you bothered about it? Yash, please don't worry about it. You should start preparing. You have enough time to do all these things, my friends. If you only get up in the morning, do one exercise that I'm going to ask you to do. Do one exercise. The next 5 days, get up in the morning, take a paper and start writing it down. Ki bhai, you got up at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, what did you do? 9 to 10, what did you do? 10 to 11, what did you do? Make a timetable for yourself. Make a timetable, time and work plan for yourself. Finish that once. Do it for 3 days. Then you will check out how much time you have, how much time you are wasting. And if you can not waste that time, Yash, I think it is so easy to crack the CAT exam. So easy to crack the CAT exam. Achal Yadav. Sir, SIBM Pune showing placement report is okay or manipulate the placement report? Dekho Achal ji, people manipulate, people don't manipulate, all of them manipulate, all of them don't manipulate, plus or minus 10% is okay. So don't bother about it. Ashwin Santosh. Sir, I scored 94 in CAT, but due to my average score in 10th and 12th, I haven't gotten any IIM. Should I repeat or join any B school? Ashwin, if you have average scores in 10th and 12th, you haven't got into any IIM, but you would have got at least a call from the new IIMs. Even Ranchi, Rohtak, Raipur, Kashipur, Udaipur, Trichy, if you can get it, you can join there. You can join there. If you're not getting into it, you can obviously repeat and get a 99, 98. You can get into an MDI. You can get into a NITI. You can get into some of these other institutes also. Right, Ashwin? Arunachalam Venkatachalam. Sir, when I try to solve quants in CAT, my mind is blank. I am not even able to think how to solve. Frankly, it's not about quant only, my friend. Arunachalam Venkatachalam, your English also seems to be a little bit difficult unless you have kind of written this in a very, very fast manner. But I'll tell you something. That is where I think coaching classes will help. Some good teacher, good quantitative ability teacher who can go through the basics, like we have a MBA classics batch. If you can go through the basics, I think you will be able to do a fantastic job. You will start learning, you will start understanding, and not only understanding, you will also start solving. Keep that in mind is what I would say. Swarnabha Karmakar. Swarnabha Karmakar is asking, sir, I have got calls from baby IIMs in CAT 2021, but I am keen towards the main IIMs. These are also main IIMs sooner than that, later. I also have 3 years of work experience. Will it create any problems as it will be 4 years next year? Swarnabha Karmakar. See, it's like this. 3 years of work experience. If you are earning less than 5-6 lakhs, then take up this baby IIMs also. But if you're already earning 10 to 12 lakhs, then you wait for 1 year and your 4 years will not create any problem. Your 4 years will not create any problem. That is clear. Is that clear? I hope you got the answer. Chitranshi. Sir, what if our English is not good in the CAT exam? Chitranshi, I have an answer for this. You know why English is not good for you, Chitranshi, or anybody else who has a VARC problem? The people who have a problem with the English section is because 2 problems they have. One, they have never read anything too much. They might have read some things, but they have not read on a regular basis. Second thing, their vocabulary will be bad. Third, their reading comprehension is weak, or rather reading speeds are not very strong or not very high. So to overcome this, 3 things have to be done, Chitranshi. Start improving your vocabulary every day. How do you do that? Read at least for 30 minutes from basic various topics so that you widen your horizon of the topics that you don't understand or know. Once you understand that, your vocabulary will improve, your reading speed will improve, your comprehension will improve because your knowledge is improving, and you will never be a problem with the English section. So my mantra to that is 30 minutes of reading every day, 10 minutes of vocab every day, 30 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of vocab, 40 minutes if you can give. You are going to crack any English paper, not just CAT. Keep that in mind. Okay, let me ask one more question, which is Yugank Pandit. Sir, I have 2.5 years work experience. Should I be inclined for appearing for GMAT for ISB? You can think of Yugank. You can think of an ISB also. At the same time, since it's only 2.5 years, you should write CAT also. Yugank Pandit, this is for you. 2.5 years, you can do both. That's what my thinking is. Arun sir. Sir, how to figure out which domain will work for me in an MBA? Boss, the first year of your MBA will be generalized MBA. You will do a lot of projects. You will do a lot of seminars. You will do a lot of case studies. I'm pretty sure by the end of the first year, you will have a broad idea view of what area you are good in. Once again, I'm saying it's not that you will have to take a decision. You can take a generalized decision also, and people change even after 3 years, 4 years after their MBA, which domain they want to work for. Deb, sir, can a practicing lawyer go for an MBA program? Are there any benefits? Huge benefits, Deb. In fact, one of my very, very good friends, Mohammad Arif, he is not only a lawyer, he's an LLM student, went to IIFT, went to IIFT. There is another girl who is an NLU graduate, is now in this year, Aba, her name is. She's gone to IIM Lucknow. This guy, IIFT 2 years back, and therefore it is more relevant. He is talking about a 31, 32 lakh package. That's number one. More importantly, you get more choices. You know, MBA is a flexible option for your career. In a lawyer, unless you are very, very successful, you will not be able to grow up in your career as such. Right, Dave? Anand, soft skills and technical skills required for MBA finance student for tier 2B schools. Yes, of course. It is. First, it doesn't matter whether tier 2 or tier 3. Everybody requires these things. Everybody requires these things. Don't think about tier 2 or tier 1. Please understand that after your MBA is over, you will go to the next level, right? You want to grow up the ladder. You want to become a CEO. Why are you going to be any less than anybody else from an IIM, even if you get into a lower level institute? Don't worry about that, is what I would say, Anand. Anupam Srivastav. Sir, I have converted SIBM Pune and NMIMS Mumbai. Which one to choose? Both of them are very, very, very similar. Anupam Srivastav, you have converted SIBM and NMIMS Mumbai. Congratulations to you, because both of them are very, very good. Very little to choose from that. Same companies go to both the campuses. But yeah, if you are keen on finance, go to NMIMS Mumbai. Anything else, go to SIBM Pune is what I would say. If it is finance, typically because you're going to be in Mumbai, NMIMS gives you larger opportunities. That's the way I would kind of put it across. Right? Can we take a gap between BBA and MBA? Yes, Goyal. Yes, of course you can take a gap. But when you're taking a gap, make sure that you're working at least. Tejas, sir, which specialization is preferred for an engineer? All specializations are open for an engineer, Tejas bin Saleh. Ranjit, I am from an ordinary college in 2013 and an MBA dropout in 2016. I'm sorry. Due to autoimmune disorder, joined back as a clerk. Yes, of course, Ranjit. You can say the truth. You have a chance. And second thing is, you want to do a 1-year executive MBA program, please go ahead and do that. All the management exams are good for you. Yes, Tarakeshwari. Sumedha Agarwal. Being in a BSc background, if I'm asked why do an MBA, what answer? Sumedha, this is a wrong question right now. You need to figure out why do you want to do an MBA in the first place. It has nothing to do with your BSc background. It is about your future. It's about the kind of a person that you are. If you can talk about that and the future aspiration that you have, that's more than sufficient, Sumedha Agarwal, and you will be able to comfortably answer that. Don't be guilty about doing an MBA. MBA is for everybody. Please understand, a BA, BCom, BSc, MBBS, a BTech, a B Pharma, anybody and everybody can write MBA exam and finish that. Why are you bothered about it? Why are you bothered about it? It's only the guilt that is making you feel sad. But now, Yash Yadav, sir, I'm doing PG in chemistry from university. I want to crack CAT. Should I start my preparation during my PG or after completion? I think it's better you start while you are in your PG itself. Dhiren, sir, I have around 85% in 10th and 12th, and I am from an NIT. So can I get into a top 3 IIMs if I score around 99 percentile? 85% in 10th and 12th, you will need a 99.8 percentile. Not even 99.8, you will need a 99.85 or even a 99.9 if you are a fresher. If you are not a fresher, if you have work experience, probably around 99.5 is enough. If you're a fresher, you will need a 99.85, 86 or even 87. Otherwise, you will If you have work experience of 2 years, you will need about 99.5. Dhiren Bakchandani. So Durga Sandeep, there's a lot of time. All that you need to do is, out of the 198 marks that are there, if you can get about 140 marks, you will get into guarantee a 100 percentile bracket. As simple as that. Abhinav Anand, sir, should I join NMIS Hyderabad? Is it a college that I should go for? Depends on what else you have, Abhinav Anand. I can't answer that question for you for a simple reason. Abhinav Anand, can I see the question on screen if it's possible? Should I join NMIMS Hyderabad? Is it the college that I should go for? Now, this is an important question. Not just this question, any such question in terms of which institute to join. Is some institute a good or a bad institute? It is absolutely a function of who you are. If you're thinking of an NMIMS Hyderabad, it clearly means that you have not got an NMIMS Mumbai, and you have not got an NMIMS Navi Mumbai, you have not got an NMIMS Bangalore. That means your level as of today, at least for this particular year at least, is NMIMS Mumbai, Hyderabad. And it's in Jadcherla, not in Hyderabad. It's 60-70 kilometers away from Shamshabad, the airport. Now, if you have nothing else to do, you don't have a job, you don't have anything else to look forward to, this is the best option. Yes, join. But you have a job of even 5 lakhs. I don't think you should join. Continue with the job, write CAT again, or NMAT again, or SNAP again, and get there. Is that clear, Abhinav Anand? I hope you understand that. Kavya Gupta is asking in a question. Without job experience and average score in 10th and 12th, can one get FMS? Can be done with CAT score alone. FMS is without any problems. Kavya, in fact, if you're a girl, you will get extra also. 5% of marks. 5 marks are given to you just because you're a girl. Very, very possible. Satyam Pandey, one problem that I faced last year is if I score less marks in 2-3 consecutive marks, my marks in further marks also goes down. I think I can't execute plans from there. How do I not get affected by this? See, frankly speaking, Satyam, a lot of it is a form. You need one exam to come back to it. So when you are not scoring well continuously, go back to the drawing board, write topic tests, write sectional tests, write simple exams, and then you will write the mock. You will come back. It's like a cricketer, if he is not able to score well in international games, what does he do? He goes back to Ranji Trophy and plays, makes lots of runs and comes back, or takes lots of wickets and comes back. It's exactly the same thing that you need to do, Satyam Pandey. Yashi Goyal, sir, is there a limit of work experience in CAT? No, there is no limit of work experience in CAT at all. Debolina, sir, can gap year students make it to the IMC? Yes, Debolina. Vineet, I have 82, 59, 72. Is it good for academic percentile needed for CAT IM? It is not good for an IM. But if you have a very good CAT score, you will get into an IM. But not necessarily ABC. More than sufficient, Kavya. Yashi Goyal, sir, is there a time limit? I have answered that question. So I think most of the questions I've answered. When will countdown mocks be out? Ashish, the first of the All India mock CATs will be starting on 26th and 27th. That's going to be a prime mock. We are going to give you 15 prime mocks and 15 countdown mocks. Equally good, I would say, except in the way they're presented to you. Please write this. And the countdown mocks will start from July. I think end of July or beginning of August. And the prime mocks start right now. The first one, of course, in March. The next one will be in June. That's what I would say, kind of. Fair enough? Okay. I think a lot of questions I've answered. Couple more questions. Keep them coming in so that next 11 more minutes to go for, guys. Keep asking these questions. Dhiren, what is optimum work experience in years required for engineers? 2.5 to 3 years experience. Satyam Pandey, sir, what exams come before CAT? CAT, only NMAT comes, nothing else. Fees for cash course, somewhere around 45,000 plus GST, Sarvesh. Pratik, 93, 82, 9.25, MTech, SC category, how much should I score in CAT to get into tier 1? Pratik, if you can get 90, 92 percentile, 90 plus percentile, Pratik, you have a good chance. LRDI tips, Anas, you need to do a lot of work on that. That's all I would say. How should humanities students tackle old IIM's hectic acats? Jitesh, are you telling me that humanities have hectic acats and engineers don't, or a BBA guys don't, or a BCom guys don't? I think you are giving an excuse. Stop giving excuses. You will have enough time. Achal Yadav, comparison between IIM Shillong and SIBM Pune for marketing specialization. I would go for an IIM Shillong, Achal, for a simple reason that it's an IIM and it is equivalent and it has all the similar companies which come to the campus as IBM, and probably some of them better. Thank you, Vinith. I love this job. That's it. Sir, how to crack interview if you're facing little bit stammering issues? Salaj, what they're going to look at is not stammering issues. What they're looking at is the content. आपके पास अगर content है, आपके पास अगर plan है, thought process है, stammering से फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. Don't worry about that. Fees of crash course for IPMAT. IPMAT Sarvesh Chaudhary will be somewhere, if it is a crash course, about 20-25,000 plus GST approximately. Shashi Keshri, sir, class sheets of CL enough? No, there are 3-4 things. Class sheets of CL, funda books, the topic test, sectional test, and the mock cats. These will be more than sufficient. Yes, Yadav. Nikhil again. I have 10th, 12th degree. Can we get an IIM call? Yes, you can get an IIM call. The new IIM call, definitely, for sure. I have 79, or now people are asking questions. Graduation, what score needed for ABC? ABC, yes, Yadav, if you don't have any reservation, very unlikely to get any of the ABCs. Oh, C, you can still get at a 99.8 plus percentile. Pratik, thank you, sir. Did MTech will affect in getting? No, it will not affect, Pratik. It will be positive. Chitranshi, sir, many chapters are important for the CAT, but I don't understand them. What will I do? Like one of them is series. Series is the most easiest chapter, Chitranshi. It will be required for your life also when you go to an MBA. You just need to understand the concept of it. There are 2 series, arithmetic series, arithmetic progression, SOCAL, or a geometric progression. Of course, there is an harmonic progression also. बहुत ही सिंपल है, बहुत ही सिंपल है चित्रांशी. किसी अच्छे से टीचर से पढ़ लेना, हमसे पढ़ लेना, आ जाएगा. Ranjit, I have PSB clerical experience of 5 years and want to get into corporate. Am I at a disadvantage, sir? If I want, I am. No, Ranjit, it is not a disadvantage. But you need to prove a point that you're also, ready to work upon to get what you want. Any B school is launching IPMAT course. For the moment, Sarvesh, there are only 5 of them. I am Indore, I am Ranchi, I am Rohtak, Bodh Gaya, and Jammu. Only 5 of them. Thanks, Nikhil. Rajan Jha, suggest some good books to read, sir. I have read deep work you suggested. See, I would say, Rajan, any book is good, to be honest with you. Any book is start. But if you want to read and understand something, you will know Harari's Sapiens is what I would like you to read right now. Should I solve all the questions of topic test of a particular topic, or should I keep some of them for later practice? No, you should solve all of them and resolve them later. Resolve them later. Don't leave them alone. Always solve the same ones again, second time, third time. It will really, really help you. Rahul Bhattacharya, if I work for a couple of years, will it be wise to go for an executive MBA? No, executive MBA, ideally, I would suggest after 4 years. Otherwise, a 2-year MBA is better off if you have less than 3 years experience. ISB is a very good option, of course, Rahul Bhattacharya. Salaj Singh, sir, I have 85, 10, 84, 12, 7.5. Taekwondo black belt degree. How much score is required? Taekwondo black belt degree will not make any difference. Salaj Singh, you will still have to score the same thing as everybody else scores. What would be the ideal score for a non-engineer OBC male candidate? 100 percentile is the most ideal score to get. Sarvesh, on 60%, can I get UPMAT for without math? Apply for IPMAT without? Yeah, you can apply without maths. No problems. See, somebody asks, what is ideal score? This score, that score. Doesn't make sense. You please start preparing. Anyone and everybody can get into an IIM, guys. Anybody and everybody can get into an IIMs. It's just that you have to believe that you are good enough to put in effort to get the percentiles kind of things. For an OBC candidate at 96, 97 percentile, you will get into most of the IIMs. Sarvesh, Chitranshi, take these types of sessions once a month. It's a positive one. I'm a student. Excellent, Chitranshi. I keep doing it. I also do strategy sessions for our own career launcher students. We'll always be there for you. And I'm pretty sure that we will together crack the CAT exam. Sunny, yes, Sunny, you did your graduation in 2020. So it's a if you planning for CAT 2022 and you're not studying, if you're not working anywhere, here is my simple advice. Please take up a job. Start preparing right now. Start joining a career launcher course wherever you are, offline or online, doesn't matter. Rahul, you have not heard what I've said. 3 times I talked about how do you do your quant, I would say. EWS will be slightly more difficult than OBC Hari Patel, because now it looks like everybody wants to showcase an EWS certificate. So I would say still you will need a 97, 98 percentile to get there. Sujit is saying I'm eligible. Of course you're eligible. Again, Sujit, if you're getting into a new IIM, 95 percentile is enough. Old IIM will be very, very difficult, Sujit. Executive MBA is what I would suggest for you, Ranjit. Meet Lalwani scored 88 percentile already. If you're thinking of CAT 2022, enough time for you to prepare. I think easily you can get to 99.5 plus percentile also if you kind of give it the right kind of treatment to your preparation. Right? So my colleague is there. I'm confused where to start preparation. Sunny, you have to start preparation for all the 3 sections. LRDI, basics of tables, that is DI, basics of tables, arrangement, syllogisms for logical reasoning. That's where you start. For quant, you start with arithmetic and speed mathematics. For verbal ability, you start basically with reading comprehension, reading, vocabulary building, and figure out what is your reading speed. And then once you start reading for every day for the next, let's say 30-40 days, you will see the improvements happening automatically. Nikhil, I'm a CL student. Thank you for clear queries. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Suggests good B school either than, there are so many others, Sarvesh. XLRI, FMS, IIFT, NITI, SP Jain, SPJ IMR in Mumbai, MDI in Gurgaon, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, NMIMS, SIBM, SCMHRD, SIIB, IMT Ghaziabad, IMI, TAPME. I mean, you can name a lot of institutes I can keep giving you. Yes, we do, Kavya. Absolutely. Both the interview preparation and the CAT preparation together is done with Career Launcher. It still matters, Satya Pandey. It still matters. Kalpana, sir, I can issue UWS certificate. I'm eligible, sir. Or, sir, can I appear for an exam as a general category? You can do both. If you don't use EWS, you will become a general category student, Kalpana Chatterjee. If you use an EWS, you will be a EWS candidate. Thank you, Ashish Bahuguna. It's always a pleasure that somebody believes that there is some value that I'm creating for you. Thank you. Salaj Singh, another 2 more minutes with 2 more questions I'll answer and then call it a day. I have been a student of Career Launcher from past 6 months. Can you please tell me how to go further in next coming months? Salaj Singh, there will be a separate session on 26th and 27th of March. The All India Mock CAT is getting conducted. On 29th, if I'm not wrong, check it out on your web, portal, Aspiration portal. We are going to conduct a session which is 8 months to CAT. It's going to be a 1-hour session. Most probably, I will conduct it along with GP sir and Juju sir. You will get all the information. So, Kevin, they will be new ones will be launched over the next 2 months. Ranjit, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's up to you. It's about you, the way you look at normal MBA or an executive MBA. Both are normal MBAs only. Executive MBA is a 1-year MBA. Normal MBA, as you're calling it, is a 2-year MBA. It is for different kinds of people. That's all. IBS Hyderabad is a good one. You're talking about ICFI Business School. I believe it's a good institute again. But whenever I say something is good, it also depends on what am I comparing with. If you give me a comparison, I'll be able to give you a better comparison. So it's up to Rahul. If you are anyway thinking of joining, don't join a crash course. Start right now. You will have more time to be consistent and become, solve all the gray areas, issues with your, concept gaps which are there. Those things can be removed much, much better if you start up right away. Sarvesh, we have lots and lots of IPMAT courses starting off. Please get in touch with our Career Launcher representative. You will have them. Sir, my 12th is this. Yes, of course, Amol, but start working on it like I've been saying. You can get it. You may not get into an ABC, but you will get into a a lower level IIM, you can get into an IIMT Ghaziabad, you can get into a lot of other institutes. Please understand that an MBA from any of the top 50 institutes will catapult you, give you a platform to go and have an excellent career for the next 30-40 years of your life. Couple more questions. Ashwini Sinha, sir, what's your opinion regarding IIM versus IIT MBA from Delhi, KGP and Mumbai? Which IIM you're talking about? Oh, Vishakhapatnam, is it? I don't know which IIM you're talking about. Unless you can tell me that, Ashwini, I won't be able to give you an answer. How is GLIM Chennai 1 year course? It's a very good course, Shobit. Once again, I'm saying it's a good course, but I don't know how to answer that question. What else do you have? On what are you comparing? What is your expectation at the end of the day? Unless these questions come in, I won't be able to answer that. 7:45. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me. And I would thank my very, very wonderful colleague, Shreya Sharma, to have conducted this AMA with ARKS. Ask me anything with ARKS. We'll come back to the part 8 for CAT 2022. How to prepare for mocks, how to have strategies for mocks, what B schools to take it up. Each one of these things and more, I will definitely take it up in the coming AMA Ask Me Anything with ARKS sessions. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. And last question, 2 questions I'm going to answer. Abhishek Roy, do not leave your job unnecessarily at this stage. Okay? Wish you all the best. Fees for Career Launcher can range anything between about 40,000 to 60,000, Mr. Vineet. Figure it out depending on what course you're looking at it. Top 5 IIMs, KGP, Mumbai, Delhi, top 5 IIMs, you will have to choose, Ashwini. Okay? Thanks so much. Wish you all the best.